Tupac, that Tupac was balanced. I think that we can have both. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. Thank you so much for the great conversations. Thank you for the engagement tonight. We see y'all, Raw Squad. I hope you have a wonderful night. You already know for us, I'm looking forward to coming back tomorrow. These conversations have been so great.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
We thank you for joining us on a Wednesday. It's January 31st. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Tunnels under Gaza are about to be flooded with water by the Israeli military. The effort aims to keep the Palestinian militant group Hamas from using the estimated 350 miles of tunnels they've built. The plan has drawn some criticism over potential dangers to nearly 130 hostages still held in Gaza and over damage to drinking water and sewage systems. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing Citibank for failing to reimburse victims of electronic fraud. The African-American DA's lawsuit also alleges that the banking giant didn't implement strong online protections to stop scammers and misled customers about their rights after their accounts were hacked. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and VINnews.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Another poor defensive effort by the Lakers led to another loss Tuesday night. The Lakers gave up 138 points to Atlanta. They lost by 16. Over the past 2 games, the Lakers have given up a combined 273 points. The Lakers did not have Anthony Davis. He sat out with a sore left hip and a sore Achilles tendon. Austin Reeves led the Lakers with 28 points. LeBron had 20 points and 8 assists. The Lakers are back under 500 for the 14th time this season. They're at Boston Thursday night. The Clippers are back in action tonight. They're at Washington. Game 4 of their 7-game road trip, 4 p.m. tip-off. Former Lakers guard Rajon Rondo is in trouble. Rondo was arrested after he was pulled over on a highway in southern Indiana. Rondo was charged with illegal possession of a gun and drugs possession. Rondo helped the Lakers win the NBA championship in 2021. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the move. So we tune in to First Things First with the Queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go, sis. Go, sis.
First things first.
Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. This show is called First Things First. My first thing today and every day, giving thanks, giving praises, asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and kicking it off, getting it going. Like usual, we have a busy day. We've got a lot to talk about. So I don't even feel like maybe we should suspend our typical way of doing things that I always explain, because it's election season. So everything is just freestyle right now. Hour 1, we typically look local. 2, we go national, international, beyond. 3, we do a deep dive. But today's just a lot a bit different. Right now, first 30 minutes, it's you, me, and the mic. So this is a great time for what I call freestyle phones, where you can bring up what you want. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Then we will be hearing from 2 candidates that want to be your county supervisor. They are challenging incumbent Holly Mitchell for the 2nd district. And in the final hour, we will have fan favorite historian Dr. Gerald Horn. Historian, he also has a JD, he's an author. And we will take a look at some of these issues going on nationally and internationally, and also get his thoughts. You know, Dr. Horn is an avid supporter of the Pan-African Film Festival, so we'll find out what the hot picks are this year. Yes, PAF is upon us, including another film about my dad, which I have to reserve my comment on until I get a chance to see it. But they always have hundreds of films. It's paff.org, paf.org. If you want to find out, it is kicking off next week, I believe. A lot going on. In any case, something really, really convenient and helpful has been officially launched by KBLA, and that is your election information station hub on our KBLA1580.com website. So as we go along and I add more and more conversations with candidates, they will be accessible to you there. They're accessible right now. If you missed the convo with District Attorney candidates John McKinney and Jeff Chemerinsky, they're already up there. And what I love about the way Tavis and Ariana and Odell have laid this thing out, or, set this thing up, is that it's sorted for you. You can there's one section with all the district attorney ones. There's one section with all the city council folks. There's one section with just the assembly folks. So as more come in, we invite everybody. That's how we do it. It's partly because that's what the FCC says you're supposed to do, but it's partly because we want you to make up your mind based on the broadest swath of knowledge about who is who that is possible for us to offer you. So as we stack up these conversations, they will be stacked on the website, KBLA1580.com, and you can just, listen to that. We're giving each office a different set amount of time because there's so many candidates that we really want to make sure we have enough space for everybody. But for example, the judicial candidates are getting about 15 minutes apiece, not about, exactly 15 minutes apiece. And that makes it quick for you. If you just want to go through, you can listen on the app, which of course is free from the App Store, the Google Play Store, free on your phone. Listen wherever you are. You could, of course, listen on your terrestrial radio, or you can go wherever you get your podcast. But if you're specifically looking to bolster your understanding of a certain race, that this is a great tool. We are your election information station, and the awesome thing that we've done now is just made it super easy for you to be that informed electorate. So today we'll be actually meeting. They'll be in studio, so you can tap in on youtube.com, KBLA 1580, if you want to get the visual to go with the audio. We'll have Clint Carlton and Daphne Bradford, both are candidates for supervisor. And interesting that that just so happens to be today. I spent a whole bunch of time yesterday in the LA County Board of Supervisors meeting, and it was eye-opening. I track the stuff as much as I can, but it's always great to see folks in action, and it really brings to life the fact that we have an all-woman Board of Supervisors. I know that intellectually, and of course I've observed them before, but watching, these women who are so skillful and so knowledgeable to manage and navigate the daunting issues of a massive, massive structure. I use that word loosely. That is the Los Angeles County bureaucracy and government is really something to see, and to see, the issues that are pressing. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we come forward, as we continue the conversation. Really interesting conversations yesterday about street vendors, and the vendors were in the house en masse. And I say interesting because this is one of those areas where I really have mixed feelings. Maybe my progressive bona fides are being tested in a sense. And then an ongoing, and we've all heard it time and time again, conversation about how to close LA County's Men's Central Jail, something that the Board of Supervisors voted to do in 2021, and they are trying to figure out how to get it done. And so lots of people weighing in on that, and we'll go a little deeper into that stuff when we come forward, look at some other crazy things going on, like those folks getting shot out in the desert. And they're saying that allegedly this was over illegal cannabis. Wild West out there right now. But of course, you always got to look a little deeper, get into the official story, so to speak. And I'm so glad Dr. Horn is here. Is going to be here later on, because I can't wait to hear what he has to say about, for example, Elon Musk now has implanted, his company, Neuralink, has implanted its first chip in a human brain. He wants to put computer chips in human brains. Well, they've started that. And they're not the only ones either, by the way. And then there's a lot of other things too. But the attempted, is that you call it, attempted impeachment of the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, which is, when we talk about political circuses, that's what we're talking about. Plus the ongoing shifting and turning, what's going on in Israel. And our honorary councilman, he's a councilman in New York, but I call him honorary because he's part of the Exonerated Five. He's an activist, and I've seen him on the ground here in Los Angeles making a difference in supporting Black Lives Matter LA, grassroots, in supporting important various causes. He's now been pulled over. He's under fire. NYPD under fire. So those are things, just a taste of some of the things we will talk about when Dr. Horn gets here, because part of our national hour will be focused on these races, right? These assembly races. We've got Ron from Richmond. I think that was almost like a do-over from yesterday. Good morning, Ron from Richmond.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Yeah, blessed too. Thankful to be here another day. You supposed to be rocking your Colin Kaepernick jersey right now.
is you know what? I listen. I got on shoes and a sweater, and I made it here. So
I heard that.
that's all you get
I'm not
today,
mad at
Ron.
you.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
I heard that. That's the most important thing. Yeah, you made it to work. So
yeah. I know
that's
you're.
what's
Well,
going
no,
on.
I always forget you're not even a Bay Area football fan. You're just a Bay Area guy.
Oh, I'm a football fan, but my team unfortunately didn't make it far. Y'all the hot team right now. So, and in honor of my big brother.
And don't say a doggone thing to Miles. He does not want to hear about nothing about.
I know. I'm already knowing. Yeah, my man Miles. He's an Eagle fan, man. Don't trip, bro. Me and you in the same boat, man. We'll bounce back next season. It's all love, brother.
But I mean, it may be a bit premature. I mean, I can wear a Kaepernick jersey in solidarity, but it may be a bit premature, right? Because that's pretty much a rumor or a maybe at this point that he could come to the Chargers.
Yeah. Oh, I read that. Oh, now that'd be crazy if he pulled that off. I don't see that happening, but that would be crazy if it did, though.
Well, I mean, they're saying maybe as a coach. I don't think they're talking about as a QB. Yeah, but
as a player. Oh, okay.
Although I know that he probably would like to play, but I don't know. I think any team that took him in would have a certain amount of people who are just like here for that team just because of his activism, you know, the autopsy project and some of the conscious moves that he continues to make, even though the press is not covering it anymore.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I heard you mention about that shooting in the desert. Sometime yesterday, there was a shooting at a Catholic church, I think in South San Francisco. They said no one got injured, but
I didn't see that.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just shootings going on everywhere out here. It's just.
Oh yeah, we were talking
right?
about Oakland and because you're up in the Bay and the In-N-Out, the shooting at the In-N-Out. Were you shook by that? Because I feel like a lot of people just, for some reason, the closure of that In-N-Out with all the other things that have gone on, homicides and you know, robberies and stuff, that was like a bridge too far for people, and they just were shook by it.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, but I even heard Stephen A. Smith talking about that on his podcast. I'm like, man.
Yeah, but for you personally, was it just another shooting, or did you feel like it was a symbol of something else?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know why they. I mean, you know, so much coverage on that In-N-Out burgers in particular. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't figure that out. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. So maybe it's one of those stories. You know, it's like one of those stories that even some of the fires where people in other states think that it's more devastating than it is. Not to say the fires are great, but sometimes they think the whole state is on fire and it's really a mountain somewhere. And maybe that's how the In-N-Out thing is. Because in the national news, and even the way it's been covered here locally, it's like, okay, it's end times for Oakland. They had to close their In-N-Out. But for you, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. As far as I know, we don't have In-N-Outs in Richmond, so no hate, but
hey, maybe coming soon.
No, I take that back. Yeah, we do. Yeah, it is one in Pinole. Yeah, shout out to Pinole, California.
All right, but Pinole is not exactly Richmond, my Bay Area friend. My brother lives in Richmond. He does not live in Pinole. But yeah. It's it's like for my Angelinos, that's like the difference between Baldwin Hills and Baldwin Vista. Not quite the same. Baldwin Village and Baldwin Vista. Let's go there. Not quite the same. Okay, so what you're talking about, what I reference is 5 people were arrested. 6 people were found murdered in, this is out by San Bernardino in the desert. And the authorities are now saying they believe it was a dispute over illegal cannabis. And these are all Spanish language last names of the people that were found dead. They were all young guys in their 20s and 30s. And officials are saying that they're holding those folks without bail. They're also saying they don't know if it was cartel related or not. That's worrisome because I know with a lot of the illegal grows, both here in the desert area and up there in Northern California, out further like Mendocino County, there is this suspicion now that cartels are functioning in illegal weed farming, which is a very bad development.
Wow. That's pretty serious.
Yeah, serious business. And it'll be, I don't try to do a lot of doom and gloom on the show because I feel like we need to be focused on things we control or things that we can impact, which are many. But I do believe in knowing the conditions around you. Ron from Richmond called me at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. You can do the same. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do Black history every single day. In fact, as the only Black talk radio station west of the Mississippi, we are Black history. Our annual Black History Month luncheon is fast approaching, and we want to be sure to give you ample time to get your company, organization, church, or group to join us at this year's celebration on the last day of the month, Thursday, February 29th at noon. Last year, we honored iconic local Black media personalities, including Pat Harvey, Jim Hill, Mark Brown, Beverly White, Sandy Banks, and Pat Prescott, and raised $20,000 in scholarships. This year, we're honoring Black Hollywood creatives who have used their artistic genius as climate justice champions. At this year's luncheon, we will be showcasing and sharing their inspiring work on our big screen. Plus, a scrumptious meal, live music, great company, and lots of fun with your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts. So contact us today at info@smileyaudio.com or call 323-290-4690. That's info@smileyaudio.com or call 323-290-4690. We hope to see you Thursday, February 29th as we close out Black History Month. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your Black.
She's so smooth. So I'm interrupting my own shower to remind you to treat your skin like the queen she is with Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, packed with Olay's highest level of vitamin B3 complex. It's so moisturizing that it will give you visibly smoother, head-turning skin in just 14 days. People wondering, how'd she get so smooth? Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. Also, try Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Are you interested in catching up on all the latest entertainment news, trending topics, and exciting interviews? I got you. Tune in to The Raw Report with Robin Ayers, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. I'm your host, Robin Ayers. Join me every weekday with some of the best entertainment contributors in the business as we break down what's going on, who's got next, and what not to miss. Only on The Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your Black.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Don't settle for bumps, ingrowns, and itch due to dry skin. Venus for Pubic Hair and Skin is here with the only razor and regimen specifically designed for your pubic area, featuring a razor with a patented irritation defense bar and skincare regimen that is dermatologist and gynecologist tested. Venus helps protect your pubic skin from shave irritation. Visit GilletteVenus.com to learn more about our full regimen of products.
The new year is here. Time for a change. Start with a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, we're back in on the mic, 800-920-1580. If you want to say a thing, like I said, I had the pleasure of going to the Board of Supervisors meeting yesterday, watching our representatives in action. Now, in just minutes, today we'll be hearing from a couple of candidates who want to sit in that horseshoe. Ron from Richmond had called me, talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Crime, football. It sounds like the sequel to Love and Basketball. Crime and football. What? I wanted to let you land, Ron from Richmond.
I'm going to land. Just want to say that I really appreciate you taking my calls, and I'm going to try my best to eat healthy during the Super Bowl. All healthy snacks, no candy, no Coca-Colas, and
right. Well, you get you some delicious healthy snacks. Like, don't sit there with just saggy kale leaves. Like, there's actually tasty stuff you can get. Get yourself some nice crispy veggies and you can go with cheese. You need a protein if you're diabetic. You have some chili or have good things. Don't have nasty things. Everyone else got Cheetos and I'm over here eating bean sprouts, and you're going to get mad and drink the whole 6-pack of Coke and eat the giant size hot flaming something.
The king.
Don't do
the
it.
king size Chris candy bar.
Right, exactly. Right, the Charleston chew, which is like a block long. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ron.
You went way back with the Charleston chew.
Yeah, I went way back. That's right. Well, that's probably how long it's been since I was allowing myself to eat regular candy. Look, trust, I know where the low glycemic cookies and candies are at, because I'm not suggesting we just become so virtuous that we never have anything yummy. That's not what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, when you do 18 years of IHOP, that's what happens. That's what happened to you. So
wow, yeah, that's a lot of carbs. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about all the stuff I was eating up there. So.
Well, that was then, Ron, and this is now.
This is now. There you go. Thank you, Dominique. I love you. I appreciate you taking my calls, as always. Big shout-out to my man, Miles, the whole KBLA familia. Y'all keep up the good work. Keep doing your thing.
And we shall, and thank you. Speaking of the KBLA delegation familia, as it were, Dr. Horn is doing a book signing this weekend. I neglected to mention that in the opening. He's going to be at the Center for Black Power in Los Angeles, which is, a rare opportunity because he teaches in Houston. So he's not always in town. And it's going to be at 1 o'clock at the Center for Black Power in Leimert Park, 1 to 3. He'll be signing books. He'll be speaking. That's right where the Leimert Park Metro stop is right next door to that. It is the headquarters of Black Lives Matter Los Angeles. And yeah, you can go on their website, BLM, I think it's Black Lives Matter Los Angeles or BLM LA, and find out more about that book signing. We should pack it out. I'm definitely going to go. It's so fun to see Dr. Horn in person. Also, well, I'll tell you after news, traffic, and sports. Last day to sign up for Care California. Last day to sign up for Obamacare this round. I'm Dominique DiPrima, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
We thank you for joining us on a Wednesday. It's January 31st. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Tunnels under Gaza are about to be flooded with water by the Israeli military. The effort aims to keep the Palestinian militant group Hamas from using the estimated 350 miles of tunnels they've built. The plan has drawn some criticism over potential dangers to nearly 130 hostages still held in Gaza and over damage to drinking water and sewage systems. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing Citibank for failing to reimburse victims of electronic fraud. The African-American DA's lawsuit also alleges that the banking giant didn't implement strong online protections to stop scammers and misled customers about their rights after their accounts were hacked. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Another poor defensive effort by the Lakers led to another loss Tuesday night. The Lakers gave up 138 points to Atlanta. They lost by 16. Over the past two games, the Lakers have given up a combined 273 points. The Lakers did not have Anthony Davis. He sat out with a sore left hip and a sore Achilles tendon. Austin Reeves led the Lakers with 28 points. LeBron had 20 points and 8 assists. The Lakers are back under 500 for the 14th time this season. They're at Boston Thursday night. The Clippers are back in action tonight. They're at Washington. Game 4 of their 7-game road trip, 4 p.m. tip-off. Former Lakers guard Rajon Rondo is in trouble. Rondo was arrested after he was pulled over on a highway in southern Indiana. Rondo was charged with illegal possession of a gun and drugs possession. Rondo helped the Lakers win the NBA championship in 2021. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Got me a damn girl on my team.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe we have the best tag team in morning radio. Dominique DiPrima and Tavis Smiley. As the first black woman in Los Angeles to anchor a morning drive talk radio show, Dominique covers local politics like a blanket. Weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. At 9 a.m., Dominique passes the baton to Tavis Smiley, who talks to everybody about everything every day until 12 noon. KBLA's dynamic duo, Dominique and Tavis. It's no wonder the LA Civil Rights Department is honoring Dominique DiPrima this year at its Tell Our Story honoring black journalist leaders and storytellers event, Thursday, February 8th. Or that the John M. Langston Bar Association of Los Angeles is honoring Tavis Smiley at its 47th Annual Installation and Scholarship Awards Gala with its Community Impact Award on February 10th. We couldn't be more proud of Dominique and Tavis, who make black history every day, not just in February. If you're missing Dominique and Tavis weekday mornings on KBLA Talk 1580, you're missing out. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Holla, yeah.
There's only a few days left for open enrollment, starting at $0 a month. LA Care Covered offers the benefits you need to achieve your health goals. $0 preventive services, 24/7 virtual care and nurse advice lines, walk-in minute clinics, free fitness and nutrition classes, and more. Become a member of LA's most affordable health plan. Get a free instant quote at lacarecovered.org. Have open enrollment questions? Connect with us today at 855-222-4239. Find your affordable path to wellness with LA Care Covered today.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus
can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance.
plus personal equipment.
Meal programs,
a gym membership,
And so much more.
for more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
it's a plus.
for all of us.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
And we are talking politics, people, because it is election season, and I'm going to keep saying it because whether you know it or not, those ballots are coming in about a week. We have a race for the LA County Board of Supervisors, District 2, which is currently occupied by Supervisor Holly Mitchell, who is running for re-election. But we have one of the challengers here with us in studio. If you want to tap in on YouTube, she's here. She says, a lifelong resident of LA County District 2. First educated in Compton, then the family moved to Inglewood, went to St. Mary's Academy, graduated from Cal State Long Beach with a BS in finance, and now a resident for the past 30 plus years of the beautiful Ladera Heights. She's a grassroots candidate. She says she's committed to amplifying the voices of Los Angeles County constituents. Daphne Bradford, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. So we were talking off the air, before you came on about your background in radio. You've actually put in a lot of time in this field. So why go to politics?
Well, for me right now, I've always been involved through the Barack Obama campaign. I did a lot with that, and in 2008 it turned me on, and then I became a delegate in 2012. But right now, we need to change. A lot of the county public safety is a big issue. I have a nice background, a very good, successful background as a public safety partner with law enforcement.
When you say public safety partner, what does that mean? Block captain, you were a cop, you were on an advisory commission. Like, what is that? What is formed as that partnership take?
Well, that partnership started at Dorsey High School when my students, I was teaching computer science, and we had a talk about law enforcement. They wanted to get to know them better. And I've always had a partnership with law enforcement, being a block captain. But from a child, I grew up in Inglewood. We always had block parties. And back in the day, they would come and knock on your door and check on me and my great-grandmother, who I lived with, Miss Eva May. And so the relationship has always been good. And then, my father got in a lot of trouble. So I always work with law enforcement to keep him alive. And so this was a natural progression for me. And so I reached out to LAPD, I reached out to LAUSD School Police, and CHP at First AME. And so CHP came in and cooked breakfast for the Dorsey students, my computer science students. That was the first time.
So you brought the California Highway Patrol into the classroom.
Yeah, that's what they wanted, and we asked
when
them
you
about
say
that.
they, you mean the students?
The students, yeah, they asked for it.
Interesting.
So we did.
That to me seems sort of problematic, but if it worked for you.
It worked for the kids,
Right.
That's what they asked for, because they wanted to have better relationships. And so this was around the time when
with the California Highway Patrol,
with all law enforcement.
Got it.
And they weren't specific because.
No, I mean it's just because most kids aren't not driving on the highway, so.
No, they wanted all of it.
I see.
So we invited everybody, and LAPD showed up, CHP showed up, and school police showed up, and CHP took the lead. This was back in, I believe, in 2015.
So I guess it goes without saying that you're for keeping cops on campuses rather than removing them.
Well, when they did the survey, and I surveyed my students, most of them said they didn't have a problem. But for us, it was different because we had a really good relationship, and we had that for before George Floyd and defund the police and wanted getting police off campus, we had already established a very good relationship. So they'd come in and I would host summits. And for me, it's not about me. If my students want something and I can make it happen for them, that's what I'm going to do. And they enjoyed the relationship, across the board. And you have to understand, Dorsey High School has a law magnet as well. So it fit within the law magnet, and they wanted change, and they enjoyed it. We continued to do a whole bunch of stuff. But the thing about it is they got a chance to ask officers firsthand many of the questions they never really had the opportunity to ask them face to face in a very comfortable environment, guards down, sitting at the table and asking the very hard questions. Now, I did have some students just didn't want to be bothered at all, but they would come and ask the questions. Then they would take some time and come back. But it was open to everybody, whether you liked the police, didn't like the police, wanted the police on campus, didn't want the police on campus. It was always open. So from there, we continued that relationship, and it grew. So now we're in the communities, and I've always been in the communities, and a lot of the folks in Ladera Heights, we want better public safety, better relationships with law enforcement. They have a lot of, not a lot, but too many for us, home invasions. And a lot of activity going on. And so we've always,
even though crime is down, one is too many.
Well, the quality of life crimes, the property crimes, those are quality of life crimes. That's our gripe. We have to watch our cars all the time in our driveways. Catalytic converter is stolen. Mine was stolen in the day at the market.
So what's the answer to that? How do you... I know several people whose catalytic converters have been swiped. What's the answer to that? Because that is the one of the few categories of crime that's actually up is vehicle theft, which I'm sure includes catalytic converters.
Yeah, catalytic converters, and then you had 50 windows smashed in Westchester. The people spent 5 hours there smashing windows. So that's what we come together and we work with law enforcement to see how we can come together as a community and figure that out. Put your car in the garage, number one. But when you're out and about, extra security.
Not everybody has a garage.
Exactly.
Okay, so, but segueing what you're talking about, which is your partnership with law enforcement as a teacher, as a community organizer in your neighborhood, apply that to the Board of Supervisors. The LA County Board of Supervisors are the bosses of the sheriff.
I know.
Do you think you can do a good job regulating and supervising the sheriff's department and the jails, seeing as you seem to have less of a critical eye?
I would do an outstanding job.
Okay.
Because
what would you do?
I have the partnerships already. Actually, when my catalytic converter was stolen, the sheriff department that's in where Marina Del Rey Sheriff Department is where I am in unincorporated LA and Ladera. They came to take the report. It was about 10:45 p.m. and they raced off my porch. I'm like, "Where you guys going? What is this?" They had to go back to the Ladera Center because someone decided to do a smash and grab in the Ross right before it closed. So instead of taking care of myself, I decided the next day to go and see what other activity has been happening. The CVS, the Bath and Body, and Ralph's, they were going in there and just stealing every day. So I sent a message to Supervisor Mitchell, because I've known Holly for a long time. I voted for Holly for years because I loved her work at Crystal Stairs. So, and she said, reach out to Sheriff Luna. I would advise you to do that. And I did. And we hosted a very big summit. And I had Sheriff Luna was there, Michael Moore, Chief Michael Moore of LAPD, the Chief of LAX, Assistant Chiefs of CHP. And we all came together. And now the businesses in the Ladera Center, the residents who live around the Ladera Center, also a lot of the major stakeholders there, the Ladera Civic Association, Ladera Heights Civic Association, their members came, and we're just working together to keep our community safe as best we can together. So with that, after seeing that and Sheriff Luna coming out, we're developing a partnership so I can work with their Constitutional Policing Division. and see what we can do together to make our community safe. But as far as the jails, they're old, they're antiquated. I'm not into sending a person to jail first and foremost and forever and all that. I've always had diversion programs when it comes to youth, so I know I'll be good with that. And as far as the jails, I have to just look and see what the concerns are, what needs to happen, how can we do some rehabilitative.
I just sat at the Board of Supervisors meeting yesterday, and the issue of the closure of Men's Central Jail, which has been kicked around in LA County for well over a decade, and which the supervisors voted to do in 2021 is top of mind. That and getting the sheriffs into compliance with use of force.
That's what I'm most
rules,
concerned about.
And the deaths of, mysterious deaths inside the prison system.
Yeah.
I don't know that, calling, how would you handle that?
I have to see what it is, but I think getting them into compliance. That's why I'm looking forward to working with their division of constitutional policing. So they have a couple of mandates that they need to meet, but I have to go in there and dig it in and see where I can help. I know I can help because, my father suffered with drugs forever. And he was in and out of jail. Not only did the family get a break and a vacation, but the neighborhood did, and he would clean up, and I know what that looks like. I've lived that. So I'm all for an alternative, but it needs to be a safe alternative for everybody. It needs to be a rehabilitative alternative for everybody. So I have to get in there. I understand what people want to do, but if they've been trying to do it for decades, how come it hasn't been done yet?
Well, they've been talking about it.
Okay,
for.
so
and I don't know. I mean, I do know because I just sat through a very long presentation about it, but I don't. We'll eat up all your time if I go into what we talked about yesterday. When we come forward, I want to find out what your platform is and why you as a Black woman feel that this is the right time to challenge a Black woman in leadership who, is wildly popular. And so, what is it that you want to do that you don't see being done right now? What is
better
your platform?
Public safety.
We'll touch on that when we come forward.
Cool.
We're talking with Daphne Bradford. She's running for District 2, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, and this is KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? I'm Danelle Riley, FAMU alumni and creator of the HBCU Culture Shop. I am so proud of my new partnership with Black Beyond Measure and Target. They help me elevate community pride with my HBCU designs and continue to support Black creators and entrepreneurs with Target HBCU challenges, scholarship programs, and campus collaborations. Let's come together this homecoming season and beyond. Shop my brand and discover other Black-owned products at target.com/BlackBeyondMeasure.
The thing no one tells you about periods is that your flow changes every day, and so should your tampon size. Tampax has 5 absorbencies to match your changing flow. If it hurts to remove, go down a size. If it leaks, go up a size. Only Tampax has a leak guard braid to help give you up to 100% leak and odor-free protection. All-day comfort and protection for under $5 a month. Based on average U.S. consumer usage at manufacturer's suggested price. However, pricing is at the sole discretion of the retailer. Excludes 8-count pack.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We all agree that America has a very serious problem.
Okay, KBLA delegation, we need your help as we launch our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We would deeply appreciate you going to our KBLA 1580 website and filling out a short climate justice survey, which will help us better serve our beloved community as we build out this campaign. It'll take you just a few short minutes to complete the online survey, and the information you provide us will be invaluable as we do our part to hold folk accountable and amplify the voices of our people in this climate conversation. When you take the survey, you'll be automatically entered to win seats at our annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 29th. So, hit our website at KBLA 1580. Help us out by taking the short climate justice campaign survey, and you could be our guest at our annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 29th. Thank you in advance for your consideration and cooperation. At KBLA Talk 1580, we care about the community, we care about the climate. We care about the climate.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California and around the country to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. As part of JP Morgan Chase commitment, they are taking action to help improve financial wealth and access to banking in the Black community, helping more people open low-cost checking and savings accounts, hosting community seminars with supporting Black-led institutions by building awareness about financial investments, hiring community managers, and opening community center branches like Crenshaw, Inglewood, and downtown LA. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Get the tools to help reach your financial goals. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Yeah, there is a lot on the ballot, and we aim to help you understand it. Daphne Bradford's with me in studio. She's a candidate for Board of Supervisors District 2. She's got a lot on her resume, an entrepreneur. She's been a teacher, and she was honored by President Barack Obama as a champion of change, connected educator back in 2013, and now wants to take on the role of supervisor for District 2. I asked you to lay out your platform, what you're running on. You said better public safety. What does that mean to you?
Well, we kind of went over that. So for better public safety, it's not about me, it's about the constituents. And so that's what most people, number one, public safety, because it affects their quality of life. Being able to walk their dog and not fearing being robbed. Being able to just be in your home. And
so how do you get to that? I mean, what does that look like?
Well, they want more officers. They want more police officers, but they don't want a lot of high racial profiling. Those are some of the current concerns. So we talk a lot about that.
So they want the Easter Bunny. They want more officers and no racial profiling.
Well, it kind of sounds like that, but with the way I approach it, I have summits, and once they get to know the officers and we develop relationships with them, they love it. They ask for more of the relationship building. So now we do monthly walks, we do monthly summits, we just catch up, and they're not in cars. They're walking within the community, meeting with the community. So that's what they seem to like. Listen, you tell me what you want, and if I can make it happen, I will. And usually,
but the shootings are not down. I mean, if we're talking LAPD, the shootings are not down.
Right.
And of course, with county, you'd be over the sheriff's.
Yeah,
right. But you're talking
LAPD.
about relationships. I mean, okay. I want to make sure we focus
Right.
on your whole platform. What else are you?
Infrastructure
bringing to
protection.
the table?
So one thing is the whole 90 freeway, tearing the 90 freeway down. A lot of people were very upset with that. So I launched a campaign on that, and so met with Mayor Basses, and I've known Karen for a long time. And she decided to rescind on that because the people just didn't want it from all over, from Ladera Heights, View Park, Baldwin Hills,
But is that a
Marina
form
Del
of
Rey.
NIMBYism? I mean, I like the 90 because there's not a lot of cars on it most of the time. But they were talking about building housing.
Yeah,
so
but
is that NIMBYism?
The problem is it will never be 100% affordable housing over there. The possibility of that will never happen. And it's not NIMBYism. I think the biggest issue was we didn't know anything about it until Michael Snyder. We found out about him. I found out about it on Nextdoor about somebody living in Marina Del Rey upset. He lives somewhere else. And I did get a chance to speak to Michael Snyder. I said, let's find something that we can work on together that doesn't involve tearing down the freeway. and he didn't want to do it. So people were concerned, you don't even live here, and you want to come and tear down our freeways. That freeway is a lifeline for a lot of people. You just can't go and just tear it down and then do what?
Well, but I mean, having housing is also a lifeline for a lot of people. You know, see, anywhere we build housing, it's going to be a balance, right? And that's part of the portfolio of the county too.
Yeah, it's cool, but you're not going to tear down the 90 freeway to do it.
Okay. Where do you do it?
I'm okay with building affordable housing, but it's so expensive to build it. It's still unaffordable. I welcome it because I own a duplex. So if you build 100-unit building and it's only 10%, it's only 10 affordable housing units. And so that's the biggest complaint with people. Is it really affordable? Yes, we need more housing, but make it affordable.
Well, presumably when you increase the stock, I mean, I know we have an overrun of luxury housing. Presumably when you increase the stock, it does decrease the pressure. But your point is taken. And
a lot of the units are vacant.
Yeah, those are luxury units.
Yeah, so
but that's not what we need.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to run out
building,
the clock on you here.
You know.
What do you want people to know about you, Daphne Bradford?
That I hear you. I'm here for you. It's not about me. It's about us. And they need to know if you want a better quality of life, that's what I will bring to the table. You tell me what impacts your quality of life, because right now it's impacting mine. And so for mental health and those who are suffering with drug addiction, that's the top priority for me versus housing first.
So do you support the governor's care courts?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah, everything with compassion. Let me tell you something. My father, it was you just hope and pray that he got home. And somebody filled that man up full of bullets in the driveway because he was that type of person. Just having a place to live and a roof over his head and cars to drive didn't stop the drug addiction.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you
treatment.
Experienced that. I think many of us have drug addiction in our families.
Yes, but we never let him be homeless. When he threatened, well, I'm going to go, Daphne, if you don't let me in, I'm going to sleep on the bench. Well, you go on the bench. And then he would go and walk up there, and I'm like, Daddy, get in the car. And we would laugh about it. He knew I loved him, and he was in the house with me because it was safe. And when he cleaned up, he was the most handsome man. But he told me one day, I asked him, I said, Daddy, why are you doing these drugs? He said, because I like it.
All right, we just have 3 minutes left here, Daphne Bradford. I'm not meaning to rush you. I just don't want you to leave and say, oh, I should have said this.
Right.
Tell us your website, how to track you. Tell us why we should vote for someone who's never held public office to have one of the biggest jobs in the country, really, because you're talking a couple million people you would be over.
Well, DaphneBradford.com, and you can find me on Instagram. I have my website. And I'm on Nextdoor a lot. I'm there answering questions with a lot of the neighbors there. And just know that I'll be a breath of fresh air. I'm very considerate and respectful of all people because we're all taxpayers. But for years I've created programs to make the county and the city run. When they allot money for certain projects, I can create that. So I've known everybody for a while, and Herb Wesson was one of my biggest supporters. So I've saved schools from closing, and so I know how to come in and give the people what they want.
You said you've saved schools. Give me an example of the type of projects you're talking about.
Dorsey High School's STEM magnet at the time was closing down, and they said, Daphne, you're it. You are our only hope. And so I said, give me full reign. I had to let go of whoever needs to let go. I asked the kids what they wanted. They wanted to build apps. I filled the school up in less than a year, and they hadn't been able to do that in 10 years. And it was mandatory that the parents participated because I'm an Apple Distinguished Educator. I became a Microsoft Innovative Educator. Google came to me to start their CS first. And President Barack Obama honored me as the White House Champion of Change. I had a waiting list to get in the program. Made sure computer science was the first class in the morning. You're not going to come in here because you're going to play football at sixth period and just sit in the seat here. A lot of them, like, I'm out. Some of them wanted to be engineers. But when they started making apps on their phone, oh my God. They were totally happy. So once again, they asked me to come and help them fulfill a need that I knew that I could do, and I did it. I'm a businesswoman, and I got Dorsey High School to be a part of the AP Computer Science, the new one that they were developing for computer science principals for us, for our kids, and we weren't even at the table.
Congratulations. Daphne is spelled Daphne. DaphneBradford.com, and it's Daphne Bradford on Instagram as well, right? And Facebook.
Yes,
same
it
thing.
is.
Okay, you got 10 seconds. Go.
Well, for 10 seconds, if you want better quality of life, I'm your girl, Daphne Bradford. Just tell me what you want. Cleaner city as well. I'm your girl, Daphne Bradford. I'm here for you. Let's do this together. Let's win.
Thank you for coming in. I always prefer to talk face-to-face.
I know you do. That's why I'm here.
Appreciate you. And this will be posted if you missed it. One of our candidates for District 2 Supervisor. I'm Dominique DiPrima, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
We thank you for joining us on a Wednesday. It's January 31st. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Drawing some criticism over potential dangers to nearly 130 hostages still held in Gaza and over damage to drinking water and sewage